Well, it's happening, guys. Me and Jess are packing the bags and heading for Florida. Let's discuss. Out here on the walking trail this morning. Wanted to chat with you guys for a little bit. Jess is finishing up packing her bags. It's happening, guys. We are getting on a plane. As frightening as that may sound. Oh, I'll tell you, it's been a little nerve-wracking with all the things with the planes going on, but thousands and thousands of flights a day. I think we'll be all right. We are heading to the Cincinnati airport at about 1 or 2 in the morning as our flight leaves very early. Not sure when I'm going to start the vlog tomorrow. I was going to go to Dollar Tree today, but Dollar Tree, I guess, is doing inventory and packing a lot more things in there. There's boxes everywhere, so I was like, let's go to Dollar Tree when we get back. Yeah, there was a lot of people too, so didn't want to get in their way or anything like that. So figured we'd just take a little walk and talk today. I don't have my coffee with me, unfortunately, but we'll get through. Absolute gorgeous morning out here today. Yesterday it was 68 degrees. I went to Kroger. I'll tell you what, I didn't want to. I want to catch some of those deals as we saw a lot of more of the digital coupons and buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal. Hopefully everybody's able to take advantage of that, as I do believe this is the last week for some of those sales. Yeah, they were saying it was going to be about 59 degrees. I looked at my car, because, you know, once you get in your car, you got to kind of drive a little bit, you know, to kind of see what the real temperature is. It said 68 degrees, and I'll tell you what, it was every bit of 68 degrees. It was absolutely gorgeous. Loving this weather. It's supposed to be like mid-70s in Orlando. I think Friday when we get there. We're leaving very early, like I was saying before. It's probably the earliest flight we've ever left the airport. So we got to get there. They tell you to get there 3 hours ahead of time, but I don't know if we're going to get there at 2 o'clock in the morning. That might be for like right around rush hour or something, but I don't know. Jess likes to make sure we're there. And you know how they always say you want to walk, you know, to the terminal and all that stuff. They say to make sure it actually exists. That's some kind of joke. I don't, maybe it's not. I don't know, but never had any issues flying before. Knock on wood, we don't this time. Most of you who follow the channel on a daily basis, the daily Danomites, you know, we are heading to the Walt Disney World resorts and do tours and some food reviews, do a little theme park action. Gonna take you guys along with us. Try to give you the feel like you're there with us, as we always try to do. I got a new camera I'm gonna be using. Hopefully this is really the only place here that I've used the new camera. Well, I've used it in some other places, but I don't know. That'll be the real test with that thing, with all the noise and all that stuff. There are some things that I don't like about the camera, and it really has to do with the audio. I know a lot of YouTube vloggers that have been using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I love it. It's a great camera. Some people will say it's, you know, not that great of a camera, but I think those people who do say that are people who've spent $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on cameras, which is way out of my league. I think the other camera does a great job. I'm actually using my phone right now because I did not plan on using, you know, we were originally going to do some shopping at Dollar Tree. But the one issue I do have is the microphone. I know it's got great audio, it does. The problem with it is that when you're walking around, that thing will turn off. Like if you're not filming for a while, you have that thing on and then it turns off, and that is an issue that I've had. Because, you know, the whole point of it is to be able to just click it on, and it's for quickness, right? I find something cool that I want to show you guys, and then I hurry up and click it on. But sometimes that microphone isn't on and you forget about it a lot. And if it's on your lapel or something, you got to like flip it around, make sure it's on every time, and you could have already missed the cool thing that you wanted to talk about within those few seconds. It's a muddy mess here with the construction update. Does look like they've flattened this out a little bit more, but it doesn't look like they've really done anything since the last time we were out here. Maybe just kind of drove the bulldozer over some. Go down here. They are working down here today, as it is Thursday, February 27th, 2025. Also, didn't get much sleep last night. I slept for just a few hours. I took a nap. I'm trying to get on this schedule here, which is not easy to do because we have to get up at like 1 in the morning. So I'm gonna try. I've slept like 3 hours last night, so I'm a little groggy. But we want to make sure that we get some sleep before we go, because it's gonna be kind of a strange journey. It'll definitely be easier than driving, that's for sure. But I think the total flight time is right around 2 hours. But the flight, like I said, leaves at about 5 in the morning, somewhere around there. And we're gonna have to, I don't know, once we get to Orlando, we gotta take an Uber from MCO, which is Orlando Airport, to our resort, which I know a lot of you guys have been following, probably know where we're going. I probably have mentioned it, but for those who haven't, we're going to try and keep it a little bit of a surprise. But with the full journey, we're going to be getting in Orlando at about rush hour tomorrow morning, so I'm assuming Uber is going to be a little backed up. I will say that if you are traveling to Orlando by plane, Uber is very easy to get. It's very easy to get from Orlando Airport to the Disney resorts. Usually, I'm assuming it's going to cost a little bit more for Uber tomorrow morning because it's rush hour, but I don't think I've ever paid more than $35 from Uber from MCO, Orlando Airport, to the Disney resorts. Plus, this resort's a little closer. Not that that really means too much, probably $1 or $2, maybe cheaper, I don't know. Might be $1 or $2 more. But I will say, Uber seems like the fastest way. I know they offer other transportation, but some of these places, it's like $25, $30 a person. And it's like, well, I'll save $15 like taking an Uber. And it's actually easier to get to than some of the transportation that they offer down there. Looks like they have added more cement blocks and tubes for the sewers here. I think these are new. I don't remember seeing these before. For those of you who don't know, and if you're new to the channel, we kind of, whenever I need to get outside and do some chatting with you guys, usually where I come. It's pretty close, fairly close. We're building a different neighborhood back here. You can see all the water lines back here. Looking pretty good. I mean, they definitely, like I see like some flat work they did over there. They're constantly flattening it down some. Now we're gonna probably stay away from the houses today as they're doing a lot of work down there. It's pretty noisy too, so make sure you guys can hear me as I don't have a microphone. I'll tell you what though, I use the Samsung S23 Ultra, in case you're curious. I'll tell you what, the audio might not be the best, but the picture quality is pretty awesome. Yeah, we are pretty excited to get away for a few days. It is kind of windy out here. I don't have like any kind of muffle or anything on here. I'm kind of trying to block some of the wind with my hand on the microphone here, but it's probably not working. I apologize for that. Nothing really I can do about that right now. I'll tell you what, it feels good out here walking, just chatting with you guys. Wish I had my coffee though. Wish I had my coffee. But not too bad. I've already had one coffee this morning, but I went to bed. I did something kind of silly, I guess. I stayed up very late. And then I woke up at about 5:45 this morning, and I'm trying to stay up until 7 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock, whenever I can fall asleep. It's going to be hard to do, but then fall asleep and try and wake up at 1. Well, no, try. That's what we're going to do. Jessica got up with me this morning, and that's about the earliest she's gotten up probably since the last time we flew. But she's doing the same thing to try and counter the... I'm hoping that we'll be able to sleep a little bit on the plane. It is only a 2-hour ride. We both got a couple movies downloaded from our streaming services so that when you get on a plane, you know you got to put your phone in airplane mode. But if you have you can download a show or a movie, and then you can watch that. You can watch that. All you do is click on the app, and when you're in airplane mode, that's the only thing that will pop up is downloaded movies and shows or whatever you want to watch. So that'll help the time pass. Yeah, buddy, that is one big muddy mess. Oof. Notice they put like a barrier down here, or a curb, where the street's gonna be. So they have added that in. I feel like that's something they should have added later. I don't know. I don't do construction, but you can see where they're like already adding like different little flower beds before they even put in the project here. The houses or condos. I think some are going to be condos and some are going to be townhomes. Kind of a mixture of both. I don't really know. They're both most definitely going to be part of an HOA, which is something me and Jessica absolutely does not want. And we've come up on this nice bench here. And some huge puddles. I gotta say, I know it really doesn't look like it probably on camera here, but it is a pretty gorgeous day. It's about 52, 53 degrees. I was watching a video of a guy me and Jessica watch. He's like a Disney vlogger, just to kind of get an idea what the temperatures are going to be. And it's funny down there. They're like, oh, it's so cold, 64 degrees. This time last week in Cincinnati, it was 20 degrees, low of about 8. Definitely looking forward to it, guys. It's good. You guys know how much I love Florida. You know how much Jessica loves Florida. We got the family coming up. Family's going to be up this weekend. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We got them coming up. They're going to come hang out with us. We actually have Jessica's aunt and uncle who are going to be joining us at our resort. So it'll be close proximity, so we can go out and have dinner together, spend the time, not have to travel too far. Now they drive. They live in Florida, so they're pretty close. But as for us, that is another thing I will say though. The transportation at Disney World is amazing. I mean, the bus service, the boat service, the monorail. I mean, there's so many ways to get around. You know, if you're in that bubble, they'll take you anywhere you gotta go, and it's all free. This couple just walked past me here and they said, oh, you look like you might be a little underdressed. I said, you know what? I'm heading to Florida tomorrow. I'm just trying to get in the mood. And they said, oh, your brain is on Florida time. And I said, yes. Oh, look at this. See that hawk up there? Oh, finally got one here on camera for you guys. Of course, now he's hiding. I have been out here so many times, and this is what I'm talking about. What I was talking about with the DJI mic the other, you know, like, and the thing is, basically how I can solve that problem, I think, is just not use the microphone. That's what I was going to talk about. Brain's kind of all scattered today, guys. A little tired. But that is what I might do. That's another thing, too. Like, when I'm with Jess, like, I can just point this over here. Microphone's good. Always going to be the same. Might be a little quieter than some of the other mics I have. But, and this is just the onboard mic with the phone. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. But when I have that lapel mic on, which we do have another one. I do have another one, but the problem with that is when you both start talking, it kind of like overlaps each other. Now the DJI camera, in my opinion, for the price, it's one of the best quality cameras you can get. And the mics are good if you do it right. Right? And I know we got some good comments when I was testing the mic and everything. People said it sounded great. There are some things that I notice when I edit, right? When there's like overlapping. So when I have like overlapping like scenes and stuff, sometimes that'll be a little fuzzy or it'll cut out. Sometimes I have to like take a video clip and just completely take it out. Like an issue that I also have with this microphone is even with the wind cap on, with the wind really bad, you can put it on noise reduction, but when you do that and there's a lot of wind, it sounds like you're in the Matrix or something. Like it says, you know, and you can hear that in the background. And it's just, I know it probably sounds better than this wind sound that you're hearing right now, but I don't know. Probably going to try using it some. I should have brought it out here today to see how it would work. but probably going to not use the microphone on that and just use the onboard mic. Because a couple people that I've watched on YouTube, they've done that. And I'll be honest with you, I think it sounds better. So you may not even be able to tell a difference, but when I'm editing these videos, I can surely tell a difference. There was a nice lady who just walked by carrying her dog. So I don't know if her little dog got wore out or something. But she was saying how, you know, this is gonna deter people away from the path here, the walking path. She says, you know, it doesn't look as pretty. Well, I don't think it's gonna deter people away from the path. I think it's gonna deter people from wanting to buy a home right here. Now, I will say that's pretty pleasant here. There's, you know, a lot of nice people and stuff. I've never met any like angry people or anything like that out here. It's a pretty pleasant area. But how's it going to be in the next 20 or 30 years? I do like how they built this bridge thing here. It's been here for as long as I can remember, but yeah, you would hate to accidentally fall into that. Be honest with you though, I think they just built these because they look nice. They did a really good job on this trail. I really don't like that they're putting some condos and stuff back here, but I do know that there are some people that are pretty excited about it. I talked with a guy a few months ago and we were talking about the project here, and he was talking about his older sister who's a senior, and how they're putting in, I guess some of these are going to have where everything is like on the first floor. They'll have second floors, but I've heard, at least this is what he said, that they're going to have like a bathroom, the main bedroom, the main rooms on the one floor. And she's a bit handicapped, so it'll be easy for her. She's kind of wanting to move on this side of town. So I could see where for some people it's a good thing. I just wish it was in a different location. I know some people say, well, they're running out of land for places. Nah, Ohio's pretty open in a lot of areas. But, you know, this is a nice quiet area back here. Not much really going on. That's why I like coming back here, the peace and quiet. Oh, you can, I'm sure if you live over that way, you can probably hear those buzzing towers, but other than that, pretty quiet. I like how they inform you that the pavement ends in 200 feet. I mean, yeah, it does. The sign down there kind of gives it away. I don't know. You see all kinds of things these days. I feel like they got to let you know stuff like 100 different times. You know, like when you're driving on the highway and you see those signs that say road closure, you know, the electronic signs on the highways where they let you know what's going on. Don't get me wrong, I do like those. Really, I like when the highways are wide open and there's nothing going on. They put like funny stuff on there, like, you know, happy holidays or something like that. Or most of the time you'll just see like the whole seatbelt thing, like, well, make sure you put on your seatbelt, you know. How'd you like to go sledding down that hill, huh? But that's fun. I bet people have done it. All right, we've gone another 100 feet. Another 100 feet, guys. We're almost there. Almost to the end. So on my way back here, I think I counted 14 piles of dog droppings. And thankfully they were all off to the side in the grass, but you know, they put these little doggy bags back here for a reason. I don't know. Didn't look like the same dog either, as there were many different sizes. The doggy pot. Yeah, clean up after your dog, guys. If you're watching The Adventures with Dano and you walk this trail, look, I don't think I've ever been here where they haven't had these little doggy bags. And they have them on the other side too. If you go all the way to the other side, there's some in the middle and there's some at the beginning. I think this track is like maybe a mile long. They've even got a little waste here. Right at the back, got an extra trash can just to let you know in case you missed this one. You got this one. These guys, I'm sure. I mean, and these are always empty. Like you can tell that's a fresh bag. It poured here last night. There's no sign of water on these. They probably changed these this morning. So yeah, guys, clean up the dog droppings. I mean, it's not like they were off in the woods either. I mean, it would be like right on the edge. Right on the edge. So I almost walked in the wrong spot. All right. 0 feet to the end here. All right, back to the car here. Back to the car. Checked my shoes again just to double check. Make sure I didn't bring anything along with me. Yeah, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to head back, probably get a little bit of lunch, probably eat one of my Pacific Foods canned goods. Want to eat light. I don't like eating anything heavy the day before we fly, because if you fly, I'll tell you what, I'm a bigger guy. Not to get too graphic, but, you know, being real. Those bathrooms are tiny. Those bathrooms are tiny on an airplane. I mean, I can barely even walk in there. It's, you know, I don't really get claustrophobic, but I'll tell you what, them things. And have you ever, I remember the first time I went on an airplane and I went to the restroom and you flush the toilet. I'll tell you what, it sounds like your whole soul is getting sucked down the toilet and out of the plane. I mean, it's crazy. If you know, you know. That's one of the craziest things. Now I know what it's like, but I'll tell you what, that was, I mean, and it's loud too. Loud. It's like whoosh, crazy. Anyway, guys, I do feel like I'm getting a little slap happy, so I'm going to save you the comical drama. Well, maybe somebody wants to hear some of the comedy. I don't know, but my words are beside me. But I wanted to put this video out, let you guys know where we're at with this, what we're doing. Jess is probably already packed. I got one of my bags packed. We did do basically the Frontier. I'm going to call it the Frontier First Class. The price was right. We were able to take, this is like something they rolled out like a few months ago. So we basically get the front row. We get the front. I think we got the front. But there's a couple rows where you have like this area in between you. So we won't have like somebody else sitting next to us. It'll just be me and Justin. I hope to do a video on it. We'll see how it goes. But we'll try and show you how it is. But we got the business preferred. Business preferred. And we probably could have went a step below that. But it was like $60, $70 more than what our tickets were going to cost. But here's the thing. And we're not taking this much, but you can take up to 2 checked bags, right? Up to 50 pounds each. 50 pounds each. Normally, without that, you only get 40 pounds each. We get a carry-on with that and a personal item. So we can literally pack everything we have and go to Florida. A lot of clothes anyway. Jessica's pretty excited about that, but we can't pack more. But with the price, it still made sense because when you fly, you know, depending on what like kind of souvenirs or things you buy for your family, stuff like that, now we're going to have that extra case where we don't have to pay for shipping. We'll just bring it back with us. I have a carry-on case that I'm basically taking empty. I may put a couple things in there just to put a couple things in there, but my carry-on is basically going to be empty, and that'll be stuff that we buy down there, different souvenirs. We'll definitely show you guys all that stuff. I know there's a couple stores that you guys had mentioned that we're going to check out some of the different prices on things, stuff like that. But we're going to check those out because we plan on going there anyway. We're not going to, a couple of the ones that you guys mentioned, and I'm not going to say nothing in this video because we do like the surprise. And we're getting new viewers every day, guys. Every day we get new viewers, so I always like to make sure that, you know, the newcomers are surprised by some of the things we're going to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to bring you guys along with us. Like I said, make you feel like you're there with us. Kind of give you the adventure as we go along on our adventure. But yeah, we're real excited. But with the plane, I think it's going to be an experience. It's like the business preferred, like I said, and we're going to be at the very front. So I'm calling it Frontiers First Class. I don't think there's anything else included with that, drinks or food or anything like that. I think all that still costs money. But we always bring a few snacks. I really don't understand if your drink is sealed, like if it's unopened, I don't understand why you can't bring that. because I guess to go through TSA, you can't have any drink. You can have, I think, liquid up to like 4 ounces or something, because I wear contacts. Now, usually I'll put my contact case and stuff in my carry-on. I've never had an issue with that. And that's why I get the little Opti-Free 4-ounce bottle. And for the flight down, I never have it unopened. The flight back, I'll usually put that in the check bag just because it's opened. And, you know, I feel like every airport is a little different. Some people want you to take out your laptop. Some people say, don't do it. And then sometimes they say, take your shoes off. And then other times, like, just get through, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, like, there's no consistency. There's no consistency when it comes to the TSA. But you know what? They're doing their job. They do what they got to do. They're trying to keep everybody safe. And, you know, I applaud them for that. But it can be a hassle sometimes, and that is why you do want to get there pretty early. We do prioritize that more at Orlando Airport than we do Cincinnati. Cincinnati at 2 in the morning, I can't imagine it's going to be that busy, if anybody there. But yeah, guys, it's going to be fun. I know it's a little, with everything going on with some of the planes and stuff, you can't help but think about it. I will put my hand on the plane, as that is what everybody does, you know, to shake hands with the plane, I guess. I'm not, you know, good luck, I guess. But yeah, Jessica is handling the plane thing well. I know some of you guys, you know, who've been on the channel for a while know Jessica isn't big. Excuse me. Jessica isn't too big on flying. But she's gotten better at it. And I'll tell you what, you know, I feel like as we get older, and especially with the prices of hotels that they've been on the way driving down there, and gas and everything else, which, you know, I mean, it's really, it's close to the same as if we did fly. We got a really good deal on that business preferred package. Now, that could be like an introductory thing or something. It might get more expensive in the future. But when we saw that, it was kind of a no-brainer for me because, you know, sometimes you'll spend $20, $30, maybe $40 in shipping, depending on what kind of stuff you buy. Sometimes you can work out free shipping, like if it's something that you can get online or something like that, which, you know, we don't need a lot of souvenirs, but we like to bring stuff back home, you know, for the family, and we do, you know, we'll find a couple things. So anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna try and last here. It is 12:30, I think, about 12:30. Let me check the whoops. It is 12:15. So, I got a few hours to go, guys. I got to try and make it another 4 or 5 hours before I lay down. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to sleep pretty good because I feel like I could conk out for about a good 4 or 5 hours. It's starting to hit me, but hopefully I go back home. Me and Jess got some more stuff we got to do. We got to go over to her mom and dad's. She's got to pick up something from there. And then we got a couple other little errands we got to do. We're probably going to grab lunch somewhere. Not really sure. Probably just eat my soup. I told Jess I didn't really want to eat much today. So hopefully she's already eaten. But I'm going to stop this video, give her a call, see what's going on. But I will probably, most likely, see you guys tomorrow morning. And we'll probably, if I can, I'll video some of the flight and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. You know, it depends on how it happens. And, you know, we'll try and, because I'd like to give you guys a good view of what the Frontier Business Preferred seats. I think I'm saying that right. I'll have to ask Jess, but the first class Frontier, as I'm calling it, as we're sitting up front and you get a lot of leg room too. That's really nice. That is a big perk. You don't have it because, you know, Frontier, you know, the planes, the seats, it's kind of like, you know, you feel like you're in a pill bottle. There's not much room, but up front there's plenty of room. So we'll see what happens. If I don't get to video that, then the start of this will be where we end up, probably at Orlando Airport, but the hotel we're staying at. Anyway, guys, yeah, as you can tell, I'm exhausted. So we're going to end it here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of our new viewers who've been joining the channel. I hope you enjoy our future videos here as we are going to be going all around Orlando, Walt Disney World, and we're going to be videoing pretty much everything we do. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. With all that being said, I'm out. And always remember, the adventure
is out there.